Hey, what's up guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. Now in today's video, I'm telling a pretty insane story from when I was actually 14. So if you guys enjoy this, please leave a like on this video. And you guys already know I'm live streaming right now with Facecam, so come check that out. But in today's story, I'm talking about something that happened when I was 14, and it involves me getting into a pretty shitty situation, okay? So take it back to 14-year-old Luna, okay? I was actually having a pretty normal day. I would wake up, usually get high, or play video games and then get high. Really bad routine for a 14-year-old. I would literally never recommend doing that. But sadly, I was a really stupid kid, and definitely extra stupid back then. And that's what my routine was. And I woke up on this day, I smoked, and then I started playing Xbox, and I was actually out of weed after I smoked. I smoked the last of my weed. So I called up my friend, or at least I thought my friend, who was also like my plug. He would sell it to me. So I asked him, I was like, yo, come through, sell me a dub. He's like, all right, for sure. So he pulls up to my house in his piece of shit car, and he was 16, so he just got his license, and it was convenient that he just got his license because he could actually come to me now. I didn't have to go to him. Back then, before this, I would have to fucking skateboard to his house, and it would take forever. But anyway, he pulls up, and I get in his car. It was a really piece of shit car, and he was with his friend, and they both looked super suspicious. He was like, you got it? I was like, yeah, for sure. So I give him the money. And usually the way it would work is I'd give him money and then he'd give me weed. And half the time he would just fuck me over and give me the amount that was not what I paid for. But whatever. And I was young and I didn't really have anyone else to get it from. But this time it was different. I handed him the money and he immediately just puts it in his glove box. And usually he would get the weed out of the glove box too. But he didn't get it out this time. He just closed it and didn't get it out. And he just looks at me and he's like, all right, dude, I hate to do this to you, but get out of my car. And I was like, what? He's like, get out of my car. And it was kind of taking me a second to process this, so I was just staring at him. And then he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a fucking knife, just flips it open, and he points it at me. He's like, dude, get the fuck out of my car. And I was like, okay, holy shit. So I get out of his car, and I fucking get the fuck out of there, ran back to my house, and I got inside. And of course, I immediately was just like, oh my God, why the fuck would he need to use a blade? Like, literally, I'm 14, and I'm scrawny as shit, and he's 16. Like, he did not need to use a blade against me. So, of course, you're wondering, like, well, what the fuck did you do, man? Well, I was 14 and kind of helpless, so I called up my friend who also knew this guy, and I was like, yo, that piece of shit just robbed me. He's like, no fucking way. For how much? I was like, $20. He's like, $20. I was like, yeah, he pulled a knife on me over $20. He's like, dude, no fucking way. I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, well, come over. I'm not letting this fly. You're like my little brother. I was like, hey, thanks, man. And I was like, all right, I'll be over in a little bit. So I skated over to his house. It was like a mile away, and I finally got there. And before I even walked in the door, I saw his car in the driveway. The dude that robbed me, his car was in the driveway. So he was at our friend's house. And I was like, fuck. So I walk in through the front door super cautiously. And my friend's dog starts barking. And it scared the shit out of me. And I walk into his room. And I see the dude that robbed me and my friend just sitting there looking at me. And I was like, what's up? And I was so fucking scared. Like, I literally thought I was going to get robbed again. And my friend just goes, well, say something. And the dude that robbed me just goes, look, bro, I'm sorry. And I was like, what? He's like, I'm sorry. And he reaches into his pocket and he gives me the 20 back. And then he reaches into his other pocket and gives me the weed. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. Like, it's okay. He's like, nah, dude, like, that was fucked up. Like, I'm not usually like that. I don't know why I did that. I was like, oh, well, it's all good. And my friend's like, yeah, he won't do that shit again, won't he? And he's like, yeah, I won't. And my friend, like, had him on a chain. It was literally, like, his dog. Like, he was treating him like he was his mom. It was so funny. But I was so confused because, like, he already had him there when I came over. So I'm guessing what his plan was to invite me over and then have the dude that robbed me show up. And he was just going to scare the shit out of him to his face in front of me and give me my money back. But even though that's not what happened, I came after the dude showed up and he scared him. I still got my money back and I got weed. So I guess it was a win for 14-year-old me. But still, don't do that shit at 14. Like, I was a fucking idiot. Not just at 14, because if you've been watching this channel for a while now, you've probably heard the other story times involving 15, 16-year-old Luna and the similarities between them all, because this isn't really the first time something like this has taken place. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the story. So if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like on the video. Leave your stories in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.